Number 10. Ibiki. Ibiki Morino. The man, the myth, the human embodiment of tell me everything or else. He's the kind of guy who could ask you about your day and somehow have you confessing to things you didn't even do. His official title is Tokubetsu Jōnin, which doesn't mean better than a normal Jōnin. It means he's so absurdly good at one thing that the village decided, yeah, give him a special badge and keep him away from children. In his case, that one thing is messing with your head. He's the head of Konoha's torture and interrogation force. Yes, the village has a whole department for enhanced conversations. From the moment he appears in the Chunin exams, Ibiki's character design just radiates, don't mess with me. The scars, the shaved head, the dead serious stare. You look at him and think, this guy has seen some things, and survived them. And that's exactly the point. His rep is so intense that even Kisame Hoshigaki, yes, that Kisame, the shark dude with a sword the size of a surfboard, didn't want to risk dealing with him. Once, Kisame spotted Ibiki guarding some defectors from the hidden mist. Instead of fighting the Anbu squad, he killed his own men. He decided that was better than letting them fall into Ibiki's hands. That's respect through pure terror. And about those scars? In the anime, we find out they came from being tortured by Aoi Rokusho, who wanted info on the sword of the Thunder God. Ibiki took it like a stone wall. No screaming, no spilling secrets, just silent defiance until Aoi gave up. Pain became his armor, and that's kind of terrifying in itself. Then there's his ninjutsu. He can literally summon torture devices. We're talking Iron Maiden, full medieval torture chamber, the works. But here's the messed up twist. Any pain he deals out gets reflected back to him. The thing is, his pain tolerance is so ridiculous that he barely reacts while his enemies are losing their minds. Imagine someone winning a staring contest with you while sitting inside a spiked coffin. That's Ibiki. Honestly, he's probably responsible for more confessions than Konoha's police force combined. And yet people barely talk about him outside of the Chunin exams. This man deserves more credit, both for his mind games and for the fact that he could probably get you to tell him your Netflix password in under 5 minutes. Before we wrap up, I just want to say a huge thank you. We've officially passed 20,389 subscribers. That number might look simple, but to us, it means everything. Every single click, every like, every sub, it's helped our channel grow a little more each day, and we truly appreciate it. Our next goal, 25,000, and we'd love to hit that milestone with you. If you've enjoyed this video, or if you just love diving deep into the ninja world with us, hit that like button and smash the subscribe if you haven't already. Let's keep growing together. Now, number 9, Shizune. Shizune is the definition of the MVP no one talks about. She's not Tsunade's actual niece. She's Dan Kato's niece, but Tsunade basically adopted her after Dan's death. She was the original apprentice before Sakura came along and started stealing the spotlight. Honestly, it's unfair, because Shizune has been a medical ninja powerhouse for decades, working directly under not 1, not 2, but 3 Hokage, Tsunade, Kakashi, and Naruto. She's basically the executive assistant who keeps the company running, while the CEO is off on a 3-week vacation. When Tsunade was deep in her drinking and gambling years, Shizune was the one actually performing the surgeries. There's even a moment when the 4th Raikage and Killer Bee came to Tsunade for help with an injured comrade. Tsunade agreed, then basically turned to Shizune and went, "You handle it." And she could because she's the second best medical ninja in the world, right behind Tsunade herself. She mastered techniques like the healing resuscitation regeneration jutsu, which usually requires a full medical team, but she can lead it solo. She was the first to figure out the secret of Pain's black receivers. She was also the one who linked the white Zetsu to Hashirama's cells, which earned her command of the entire medical division during the 4th Great Ninja War. Basically, she was the brain in the war room while everyone else was punching each other. Yet, somehow, the fandom treats her like the forgotten middle child. Without her, half the cast would have died from plot-related injuries. She's the one making sure the village isn't a giant graveyard, but you wouldn't know it from how little recognition she gets. Honestly, Shizune deserves a medal. or at least a filler arc dedicated to her absolutely wrecking someone in a fight. Number 8. Aoba Yamashiro. Aoba Yamashiro. If you said, wait, who? You've already proven why he's on this list. He's like that quiet coworker who never says much, then one day drops a fact about your life that you're sure you never told him. Officially, he's a Tokubetsu Jōnin, which means he's a specialist. In his case, reading minds. But here's the kicker. He doesn't even need to touch you like the Yamanaka clan does. Spend enough time near him, let him vibe check you, and suddenly he's rummaging around your brain like it's a garage sale. Creepy? Absolutely. Useful? Oh yeah. His jutsu loadout is a mix of cool and why don't more people talk about this? First up, secret technique, stone needles. He throws kunai with chakra threads attached, and when they stick, the threads pump chakra straight into you, paralyzing you instantly. Unlike the Nara clan's shadow possession, he can drop the strings and rush in without being stuck in place. Sure, it didn't work on Kizume. Pro tip, don't try chakra tricks on a guy who eats chakra for breakfast. But for normal opponents, it's game over. Then there's Fire Dragon Bullet, one of the strongest fire releases out there, usually only seen from the Sarutobi clan. And for style points, he's got the Scattering Thousand Crows technique, literally summoning a black cloud of crows to blind, attack, or scout. Imagine trying to fight while getting dive-bombed by 1,000 angry birds. It's like being in the worst petting zoo of all time. Number 7. Sai. Sai might not be top 3 in power here, but in my personal list of underrated legends, he's number 1. His story starts in classic tragic ninja fashion. Orphaned young, scooped into root by Danzo, and trained to erase every emotion until he became nothing but a weapon. Even his name, Sai, is a type of dagger. When we first meet him, he's Team 7's Sasuke replacement, but also Danzo's spy, basically a double agent in a bad comedy where no one trusts each other. First impressions? Rough. He's socially clueless, tries to bond by calling Sakura ugly, solid fail there, and comes off as a cold traitor. But behind that flat voice is one of the saddest backstories in Naruto. Before his training was complete, Sai actually formed a bond with another root member, Shin. The final root test? Fight each other to the death. But Shin died of illness before it could happen. Sai buried the memory deep, but kept a small picture book they'd made together. Unfinished, the two of them drawn holding hands in the center pages. He forgot why he drew it, but couldn't throw it away. Watching him change is where the magic is. Through bonds with Naruto, Sakura, and others, Sai starts feeling again. Memories of Shin resurface, and for the first time, he smiles. Not the fake practice smile, but a real one. Then comes the rage. When Deidara and Sasori use Shin's reanimated body as a living bomb, Sai's emotions hit like a storm. And when Shin is finally released, the sadness is real too. His jutsu is as unique as his journey. Super Beast imitation drawing brings ink creations to life, birds, lions, snakes, all with one hand, leaving the other free. In the war, his ink tigers helped seal reanimated shinobi. He blocked Sasuke's attack on Naruto. As a root assassin, his taijutsu and kenjutsu are sharp enough to beat Kabuto outright. And life after the war? In Boruto, Sai gets one of the rare happy endings. Married to Ino, still rocking a good haircut while half of his generation is losing the style game. Fans sometimes call him Diet Sasuke, but honestly, I think Sasuke is Diet Sai. Sai's got more personality, more growth, and far less brooding. Even Kishimoto loves him, and that's good enough for me. Number 6. Shino. Shino Aburame is that quiet classmate who never says much, but somehow gets perfect grades on every test. He's always been respected, sure, but not nearly as much as he should be. The running joke in the fandom? He's never lost a fight. And honestly, it's true. If he'd been on the Sasuke retrieval squad, Sasuke would have been home in time for dinner. Instead, the story conveniently sent him on another mission. Plot armor working against him this time. Even in Boruto, his only loss is to Mitsuki, and let's be real, that was him holding back because he was training kids, not unleashing his killer swarm on a student. Give him the green light, and that match ends in about 10 seconds. His battle IQ is terrifying. In the Chunin exams, he planted bugs inside Zaku's air vents, so they exploded under pressure. In the manga, it took Zaku's arm clean off. In the Fourth War, he took down Torun, Danzo's personal Aburame prodigy, with nano-sized bugs that corrode flesh on contact. Shino countered by breeding his own bugs to resist the corrosion, pinned Torun down, and sealed him. That's mad scientist levels of strategic thinking. As the strongest Aburame alive, Shino's got options. He's compatible with the dangerous Rinkaichu breed, but doesn't even need them. He's got the Kitachu, bugs that when overfed chakra grow massive and explode inside their host. Think of it as sending an angry burrito into someone's bloodstream. And here's why his stock should be sky high in Boruto. The biggest threats now are Otsutsuki, who can absorb all ninjutsu and ignore genjutsu. Shino's bugs? Real physical organisms. You can't absorb a living insect. With insect jamming and stealth, he can confuse even the Byakugan, sneak bugs onto an Otsutsuki's body, and either paralyze them, corrode them, or blow them apart from the inside. Shino is basically an Otsutsuki counter, just walking around teaching at the academy. The fandom knows he's cool, but not how cool. Give the Bugman his flowers, or better yet, keep them, before he sends a swarm up your sleeve as payback. Number 5. Kunguro. From the moment Kunguro walked onto the screen, face paint and all, I was sold. He's fiercely loyal to Temari and Gaara, and now, he's the best puppet master alive. Back when Granny Chiyo and Sasori were around, he was still a teenager learning the ropes. But peak Kunguro today, he'd give them both a run for their money. His early feats are solid. In the Chunin exams, he turned Dosu's close-range style against him and took the win. Later, he fought Shino to a standstill, and tying Shino and OG Naruto is a huge deal. Then he killed the Sound 4's Sakon and Ukon while teamed up with Kiba. Though, let's be honest, Kiba's main contribution was barking encouragement. Fast forward to the Fourth Great Ninja War. Kankuro fought Edo Sasori and Edo Deidara at the same time with Sai and sealed them both. That's even more impressive when you remember poison doesn't work on reanimated bodies, so he had to rely purely on skill. And he told Sasori straight to his face that his black secret technique had surpassed Sasori's red secret technique. The hidden gem in his story comes from Naruto, the last novel. Studying Otsutsuki puppets, he developed invisible chakra threads that let him control puppets from a long distance without being seen. The threads are so thin they're basically undetectable, making his puppets look like they're moving on their own. That's a huge leap in puppet tech, turning a battlefield weapon into something even more deadly while keeping the user completely safe. And his arsenal? It includes Sasori's third Kazekage puppet, and even Sasori's own body as a puppet. That's like if a swordsman wielded 2 legendary blades at once. Pure overkill. Number 4. Yamato. Yamato is one of those characters who gets way less respect than he deserves, both from the fandom and from people inside the Naruto world. Part of that's because he came in as Kakashi's temporary replacement, and honestly, that's like stepping on stage to replace your favorite rock band's lead singer. No matter how good you are, the crowd is still yelling for the other guy. And, yeah, he's not Kakashi-level handsome. But that's not the point. Yamato's story is entirely different. He's literally a lab experiment. The only survivor out of 70 children Orochimaru used in his twisted attempt to recreate wood release. 70. One lived. That one was Yamato. After Orochimaru bailed, Danzo found him, because of course he did, and pulled him straight into Root. It was like the world's most messed up adoption process. Under the codename Kinoi, Yamato grew up as Danzo's perfect child soldier. His loyalty was so absolute that he was once sent to assassinate Kakashi. That mission failed, but in the process, Kakashi started the slow work of unbrainwashing him. And underneath all that Root conditioning, Yamato carried a crushing guilt. Guilt for surviving when every other test subject died. When he finally left Root, he joined Anbu under the 3rd Hokage and became one of the best operatives in Konoha's history. Most missions completed, most people saved, most dangerous targets eliminated. The guy has a record that would make other Anbu jealous. But his most famous role? Keeping Naruto in check. Yamato could suppress a full Four Tails cloak in seconds, something even Jiraiya couldn't fully control. He sealed Hashirama's necklace with a monitoring system to track how many tails Naruto had out at any given moment. Without him, some of Naruto's rampages would have turned Konoha into a smoking crater. People compare him to Kakashi like it's a fair contest, but that's the wrong lens. Yamato's not flashy. He's the reliable friend who always has your back, quietly saving the day while everyone else gets the glory. And that deserves a lot more recognition than he gets. Number 3. Sakura. Sakura Haruno might be one of the most misunderstood characters in Naruto. In South America, she's beloved, top 3 in the Narutop 99 poll alongside Itachi and Minato. But in other corners of the fandom, people are still calling her pink trash can over things she did as a kid. Which is wild, because she's grown more than almost anyone else in the series. Let's be honest, early Sakura had her issues. She picked on Naruto, sided with Sasuke, and in the Forest of Death, she was more cheerleader than fighter. Her Chunin exams match with Ino? Painful to watch. And moments like the fake Naruto love confession or her failed attempt to kill Sasuke didn't help her reputation later. But here's what the casual fans miss. She started as an ordinary girl with 0 legendary bloodlines, thrown onto a team with the reincarnations of 2 literal gods and one of the strongest Jōnin in the village. Kakashi noticed her insane chakra control, thought she'd be great with genjutsu, and then pawned her off to Kurenai without actually training her himself. So, what did she do? She went out and found a teacher who would train her, Tsunade. During the time skip, Sakura mastered medical ninjutsu, perfected chakra-enhanced strength, and learned the strength of 100 seal, a technique only Tsunade had ever pulled off before. By the start of the Fourth War, before Naruto and Sasuke got their Sage of Six Paths power-ups, Sakura was standing toe-to-toe with them in terms of raw battlefield impact. And then came her big moment. In the fight against Kaguya, she landed that iconic sucker punch. No Otsutsuki heritage, no Six Paths chakra, just pure hard work and timing. That's not luck. That's the payoff of years of grinding while the spotlight was elsewhere. Number 2. Conan. Conan might be the most criminally underappreciated member of the Akatsuki. She's treated like Nagato's assistant or Yahiko's love interest, when, in reality, she's one of the organization's founders and the backbone of the entire Hidden Reign during their reign. Without her, Nagato wouldn't have even made it past his childhood, literally. She's the one who saved his life as a kid. Madara's whole plan could have gone up in flames if Nagato had died young. After Hanzo and Danzo orchestrated Yahiko's death, the new Akatsuki sparked a civil war and took out Hanzo. Then, Conan stepped in to stabilize the chaos, even impersonating Hanzo himself to keep order in the village while Nagato led Akatsuki's broader goals. That's right. While everyone remembers Nagato's pain bodies stomping across the world, Conan was holding down the home front as an actual leader. Her feats are more impressive than people give her credit for. In the anime, she was part of the team that recruited Haiden. In Storm 4, she defeats Sasori and brings him into Akatsuki, beating the guy who took down the third Kazekage. She mastered 4 chakra natures, wind, water, earth, and yang, and she's a sensor type. And then there's her signature style, origami taken to lethal extremes. Dance of the Shikigami turns her entire body into paper, giving her physical immunity, flight, and the ability to travel long distances in the form of fluttering paper butterflies. She can harden her paper to create weapons and shuriken, or shape it into anything she needs mid-fight. She even tanked a fire release from Jiraiya like it was nothing. But where she really shines is strategy. Conan pulled a Batman move, running countless simulations to deduce Obito's powers and craft a perfect counterplan. Her trap? 600 billion paper bombs set to keep detonating for 10 minutes straight. She would have killed him if not for the plot armor of Izanagi. The fact that she pushed a Kamui using Obito to the brink says everything about her skill and intelligence. Conan remains the least respected Akatsuki member in most discussions. She led a village, stood toe-to-toe with one of the most broken fighters in the series, and nearly pulled off one of the greatest wins in Naruto history. If you still underrate her, prepare for a paper cut straight to your pride. Number 1. Danzo. Danzo Shimura is my pick for the most underrated villain in Naruto. Not underrated in strength, underrated in how perfectly he embodies pure, unapologetic evil. Every bad thing that happened in this series, odds are Danzo's fingerprints are somewhere on it. He leaked the fact that Naruto was the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, so the whole village would turn on a literal baby. He greenlit the Uchiha massacre. He backed Orochimaru's human experiments, 70 kids tortured to recreate wood release. He abducted talented children and turned them into rude assassins. And, just for extra points, he played a role in the creation of the Akatsuki. When people talk about their favorite villains, they name Nagato, Madara, maybe Obito. Those characters get fan sympathy or redemption arcs. Danzo? None. Zero. He's not tragic. He's not misunderstood. He's a man who always thought he was right while making the most inhumane decisions possible. This is what makes him so brilliant as a villain. He's terrifyingly realistic. In the real world, the worst leaders believe their cruelty is for the greater good. Danzo is the anime version of a senator cutting workers' wages while preaching unity, or a corporate boss breaking unions in the name of efficiency. He thrives because people in power, like Hiruzen, let him operate unchecked. And that's what's scary. He's not some godlike figure with a magic eye plan. He's a bureaucratic manipulator who climbs the ladder by being ruthless, cunning, and willing to do what the good guys won't. He's human, and that's why his brand of evil sticks. There's no redemption scene, no last-minute apology. His final act is still trying to kill Sasuke mid-fight. Danzo is the villain archetype you can't argue for, can't defend, and can't forget. In terms of writing, he's one of the best antagonists in the series. And in my book, that makes him the king of underrated Naruto characters, because no one wears the title of necessary evil with more self-righteous pride than him. Thank you for watching till the end, and see ya in the next video.